fresh fries. That's how I mean the fruit cup. Hey, I thought
Pepsi Max, 0 calories.
Maximum taste. Hey. Honey.
That Pepsi commercial, shown during Super Bowl 45, caused a lot of controversy about how African-American women are portrayed in the media. Here today to talk about it, actresses Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tichina Arnold, Tasha Smith, and fashion designer Anthony Mark Hankins. Folks, certainly glad you're here. This was amazing with this commercial air. I mean, sisters were angry. I mean, it was so crazy online because they said, why does she have to be all upset and mad? They even were discussing her weave. I mean, that's how crazy, it got.
I understand why people were upset, and I think what was missing is an explanation why she was so mean to him in the beginning. Did they just come out of a fight? Right. I mean, did something happen? You open into a commercial, and here she is just like hitting him and snatching stuff. It's like, why?
It's an issue we're always battling as black women, period. So I can see why it would be insulting to people.
Yeah,
but
and it's not
it's part of our culture too.
Right,
like we as black women, we have that side.
As in Tasha and Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2.
You know what? She was a very out of control, expressive, aggressive woman, but it's really not our only way of communication
at all.
You follow me? And I think that a lot of women got a little offended because you're putting that during the Super Bowl. People are going to see it. It's the image that's going to be in the minds and memory of young black women, black men, white men and women, thinking that this is our way of communication and this is our way to try to get what we need from our man.
Well, let's speak to the larger issue of images and as you are looking at roles and how it's portrayed, and Anthony, also for you, because in the fashion industry, when you see very few of us, you see the criticism of the First Lady in terms of how she looks and her size. People don't like that. So how do you factor that in when you are making decisions as to what role you're going to take or who you're going to put on a runway?
It's a very careful balance. Like when I was on Everybody Hates Chris, we had to be very careful about how I treated the children. What I did, there always had to be a reason for what I did.
Okay.
For like, if I chastise the children, why am I chastising them? What did they do? So there's got to be a reason behind it, not just I'm just being irate. There's a reason and a cause for my actions. So this is something that was a careful balance with writing, with how I portrayed. Like sometimes I couldn't yell. If I was yelling certain things, it would be perceived different.
Right.
So it's the action behind it.
Well, I'm in the middle of directing a movie, and during the casting session, my whole thing.
Plug?
Well, no, but it's true.
It's all good.
My shameless plug is actually my speaking bureau company.
Look, no. But let me be real clear on this show, we believe in folks putting this stuff out there, getting credit. So go ahead with the shameless plug. Go ahead. Go with your point. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But the honesty behind that is me fighting to see many colors and shapes and sizes of who we are as black women. A lot of times, and black men as well, a lot of times we may see a movie and it's full of only dark-skinned men and they may all be the villain, or only light-skinned men and they're the one that's saving the girl, or the only pretty woman is the one that has the curly hair, But for me, even as an actor, as a filmmaker, we're full of so much. Like even on your show, we're going to see all kinds of African-American talent, and I think it's important.
Fine.
But they're all different colors, shapes, and sizes. And, I just think it's important for us as a people to be able to show all of what we do in the art, Getting
to your point about how you choose, I think none of us, want to do anything that's going to put us in a bad light, that's going to be disrespectful to not only ourselves, our families, and our community. So, you pick something that is going to put you in a good light. But the truth of the matter is, there's not a lot of projects out there. So you end up taking a job.
No, but can I tell you something? But we don't always take roles that are necessarily positive roles, because us, even as actors, whether she's a crackhead, a drug addict,
but you don't compromise like being a crack addict is not a bad role. That's still a good role because you have a good acting facility. You have a chance to really act.
It's relative,
but I'm saying a bad light, like something that's going to be degrading, that you're going to be like picking watermelon and something that's going to be like, you know, makes you look like you're some type of buffoon or something. No, but we're going to pick some parts that are going to give us a stretch and stuff. But the reality is there's not a lot out there.
Roles are not
so people end up just taking jobs.
And I know, so somebody at home is probably saying, man, why they got Anthony up there? But Anthony, since you've been doing fashion, you made it clear that even what you do, you make clothes for every size, sister, that you don't ignore them.
When we first started the collection, a lot of fashion editors didn't want to see a size 4 and above size. They wanted to see everyone in a 2.
Wow.
A size 2.
I haven't been a 2 since I was 3.
And I've seen in the past 10 years go from a size 2 to a size 8. 8 is now considered, you know, pleasing to a fashion editor. But on the runway, they're all size 2. Wow. All the models are size 2. And so, you know, it's hard for us because the average American woman is a size 12.
And I was wondering,
and they want to see a size 12.
I was worried about that.
They want to see it themselves.
They want to see themselves.
My 6-year-old daughter was like, "Mommy, I'm gaining weight." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, where did you get this from?"
And do you
she
think
doesn't read
that maybe
fashion magazines? It's television. It's like I try to watch everything she watches. Like I'm very careful about what she's fed. But the girls talk in school.
But
like
even its
it's
community
crazy.
too, because like in Hollywood, a lot of women are trying to be that thin woman. But if you go to DC or if you go to Baltimore, if you go to Virginia,
Texas, you see some real
North Carolina, like you see full-figured women, and within that community, it is appropriate and it's hot.
But to our defense, in Hollywood, we stay a size whatever we can because
television
we don't,
puts
if you're
right,
and it puts weight on you, and if you're not already considered to be the big mama, I'm not going to get a job if I all of a sudden become the big mama. They're used to seeing me a certain way, and I have to kind of fulfill a certain slot, so to speak.
But does the person at home, in your estimation, truly understand that? And do they really understand who really is making these calls? Because at the end of the day, you have people who are sitting here saying, "Oh no, this is what we think it should look like." And so the struggle also is, wait a minute, I know what you think, but you might not be from our community, more than likely.
We should say we talk about thinness, but we should also add being healthy. It's not to me. I want to be thinner because I want to be healthier. Like I don't want,
that's a good point.
I want and that's why I love Michelle Obama, what she's doing with
like just not to go off into that, but there are more people, women, that are dying of heart disease because of the cholesterol, because of the fat, because of the fried stuff, because of a lot of meat, all of that stuff. Like it is important for us to be healthy people and to be health conscious people.
I stay my size because I feel comfortable this size. Right. This is the size I want to be. I'm not doing it because somebody's saying this is what I have to do. It's for me. Exactly. I'm healthy for me because it makes me happy.
41 and I don't want to be overweight.
And guess what? I just turned 40 and I say that I'm 45 in fact.
Well, I'll be 54 in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Wow. Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tichina Arnold, Tasha Smith, Anthony Mark Hankins. We certainly appreciate it.